Driving without insurance in Maryland. What you need to know. As for any state, driving without insurance in Maryland has its consequences. Note that in the state of Maryland, you are required to have the next amounts of liability insurance. Minimum of $15,000 for property damage, $30,000 for bodily injury per person, and $60,000 for bodily injury per accident. Without proper car insurance, you can be facing some serious penalties. You could face fines and license suspension, and sometimes jail time. In this video, you will understand all the consequences that are associated with driving without insurance in Maryland. What includes driving without insurance in Maryland? Driving without insurance in Maryland refers to a driver deliberately driving a vehicle that is either uninsured or does not meet Maryland's required minimum liability coverage. Many times, drivers get charged for deliberately authorizing their uninsured vehicle to be driven or even driving someone's uninsured vehicle. You should also always carry proof of insurance in your vehicle. If you don't, even if you have an insured vehicle, you will end up getting a ticket and fighting in court. What penalties and fines could you encounter for driving without insurance in Maryland? If you've been arrested for driving without insurance, the consequences will differ depending on the circumstances. You could, for example, lose your license plate and vehicle registration privileges. You could be restricted from registering any coming vehicles until all vehicle insurance offenses are removed. You could pay for uninsured motorist penalty fees that vary based on the period of time that you were uninsured, $150 for the first 30 days, and $7 for every additional day, and paying a $1,000 fine. These are just the best-case scenario consequences that you could face. In a worst-case scenario, you can face up to 2 years in jail. Furthermore, lacking sufficient car insurance in Maryland is considered a felony. That means it can affect both your record and even your auto insurance rates. A good tip is that if you are thinking about canceling your car insurance, start by turning in your tag to avoid penalties. In case you accumulate several penalties, you will probably need to get a high-risk insurance plan. Administrative penalties for an insurance lapse in Maryland. If you allow your insurance to lapse on your car, you don't necessarily get to be caught driving uninsured. You will face additional administrative fines evaluated through the MVA. The MVA is totally separate from the criminal charges discussed before, and the fine evaluation could potentially pile up to a maximum of $2,500 per offense, in a 12-month period. To know more about auto insurance in Maryland, check out our website, www.mymarylandinsurance.com.